one of the things that elite athletes do, marathon runners, they go to Kenya and they go on these running camps where you're around other elite running people and you go for runs early in the morning, you're all together and you have that group mentality, you're all working together and you're inspired and motivated by each other, and that's how you push yourself to get better. I'm not saying this is like marathon runners or elite Olympians here, but this is like working with other remote workers that have to earn a wage to keep their spot to be able to live remotely. Everyone's working. The co-working space downstairs is packed from 7 a.m. to midnight every day. Everyone's hustling. Welcome back to Ben and Bergs, where your favorite MBA and high school dropout, speaking everything business, personal growth, and crypto. Coming to you today I'm from Phuket. Bergs in Perth as per usual. Bergs, how are you?
Mate, I'm feeling so good. It's recording on a Saturday morning. It's amazing. I've enjoyed all of your stories from Thailand. It's been wild. You've only been there, like a week?
Yeah, dude. It's been a bit over a week now in Phuket. So today's episode is going to be working remote in Phuket, what it's like as a remote worker over here, some culture shock stuff, I've never been here, there's been some pretty wild shit happen, just the pros and cons of working remote, traveling, and if you want to, or thinking about coming over to Thailand to maybe work remote, get some time off work. I'm going to give you my thoughts after my first week in Phuket, man. And first of all, I must say, dude, it was a wild start to the trip.
Okay, Ben was there for about 15 seconds, and tell us what happened as soon as you landed, mate.
As soon as I landed, we're on the old Poo Star, so on Jetstar Asia from Singapore. We land, and when you cop the cheap flights, you don't get treated, like a VIP. So Jetstar don't have a terminal or gates where they can park in that's actually anywhere near the terminal. They park over the other side of the airport, basically in the car park, where there's no one. So we went over there. We sort of had to wait like half an hour for like them to wheel this manual stairs over like from the airport to the car park to get us off the plane. Get on a bus, go over the terminal. Anyway, get to immigration, and it is packed, mate. Packed, and there is a shitload of international people there, especially Russian and Ukrainian people, obviously fleeing the war and fleeing everything that's going on there. It must be awful for them. I actually didn't expect Phuket to be, a choice for them because it's fucking ages away from there. But honestly, like it's cheap, it's easy. Anyway, so there was a whole like immigration section just for Russian people. Like it was heaps. Wow. This was like 9 p.m. at night. Go in and it is chaos, mate. There's people flying around everywhere. There's bags like 10 o'clock at night. There's basically barely any lanes. Like no one speaks English. Finally get through. I'm cooked. Haven't really slept. Get through immigration. Get through. I'm like, fuck, I've got no money. Like I've only got Australian dollars. Didn't even think of that. Fuck. Don't have a phone. Like I need a SIM card. Go to the ATM. Put in my card. Right. Cool. Get out some Thai dollars. Right. Awesome. Get the Thai dollars out. Go downstairs. Get my SIM card. Go to get my card out. Fuck. The ATM didn't give me card back. Fuck, where's my card? I've been here for 10 minutes. I've lost my card already. Where is it? Missed out. Oh, mate's got me phone trying to do a new SIM card. He's like, pay up, mate. I'm like, oh, fuck, I've got no money, mate. Like, take my phone, run back upstairs. Where's my card? Look at the ATM. There's nothing in there. People are using the ATM. I'm like, oh, fuck, someone stole my card. Oh, my God. Dave, our finance manager's going to kill me. I've been here for 10 minutes. Lost my card already. Asked the lady. I said, like, have you seen anyone like take my card or like has it swallowed it? Like what's the go? Then she's like making me fill out this form, like the lost card form. Like, oh, like I'm done, man. Like this is not coming back. It's all over. She's like, wait there. But in like Thai, she's like, she couldn't speak English. I was like, oh, right, I'll just stand here. And then she
Hope for the best.
Hope for the best. She starts going back to work. I'm just standing like an absolute idiot, like looking around going, like, fuck, is anything happening? Or am I just standing here like, I've filled out this form, don't have a phone number. Anyway, 15 minutes later, manager rolls up. He's like, gets his keys out. He's like, what's your card look like? I was like, it's a Blue Wise, man. Undoes the ATM. He's like, looking in the ATM. He's like, got a wallet, like looking in there, like taking it apart. Sticks his hand right through this like ATM, like pulls his thing out. He's like, is this it? I'm like, oh, so you got my card, mate.
Legend.
Finally get out there, get my phone. And then old mate's been waiting there because I was staying at like a hotel resort thing for the first few days. Old mate's been there for like an hour and a half waiting for me. Like I was like, so sorry, dude.
Poor guy.
Look, poor guy, get out front of the terminal, mate, and it is just chaos. There's no road rules, there's no lanes, cars going everywhere. Old mate's in this like Toyota Camry. He's parked in the middle of this 4-lane like busy ass intersection of like wherever they go. He's not in there. He's got his boot open and he just walks off. So everyone's just on the horns. And there's this Toyota Camry in the middle of the road with the boot open and no one in it, and no one can move because his Camry's there, and he just sits there for like half an hour.
So good. So good.
Oh man! Anyway, finally got to the hotel. Yeah, passed out, man, and that was my first sort of 15 minutes in Phuket.
Amazing, mate. Even before you got to Phuket, you were saying when you went to Singapore, you got to the airport, had a few hours there, you got lost. You asked someone, you're like, "Is that a desk? Can I work there?" And you're like, "Sweet." And you just start working.
Singapore airport, man, is so wild. It's like, different gates, different terminals, letters, numbers. I'm like, man, this is just sort of like this. Yeah, this desk. I'm like, right, I'm going in there,
mate.
But anyway,
so you've been there just over a week.
Been there for over a week. Was at a hotel for the first few days. Was awesome. Stayed at a resort, an Amatara resort, super nice. It was like south of the island, very secluded, not very busy, just a wicked place. Sat by the pool, read a whole book, dude, in 3 days. I've never read a whole book in my life, and I'd smash it in 3 days. Cracking book, by the way.
You're sending me all these photos, mate, where you're watching you have sunset at the beach, you got your meal, you got your laptop, you're having this giant beer. It just looks incredible.
It was the happiest I've ever... fuck, here we go again. Me being exaggerated. Just context, everyone. Bergs has called me out on me being exaggerating fucking everything. So I'm just like pulling it back a touch. I realise I do tend to add a bit of mayo on it sometimes.
It's a bit of sauce.
Bit of sauce. Possibly some of the most happiest like days I've had, just like on my own, got out of Australia, could just do my own thing, relax by the pool, read my book. Like, it was just a stress-free few days. It was absolutely epic. And I read this book called The Happiest Man on Earth by Eddie Jaku. It was about a survivor of the Holocaust, a Jew that lost all of his family and survived 6 years of torture in the concentration camps, and he then escaped to Australia. He's now 100 years old and tells his story. Wow. Unbelievable, man. I had to put the book down a few times because I was getting teary, man. It is fucking wild, this guy's story.
It sounds hectic. But,
yeah.
And when you called me up, and because you came to Perth before that, you had a couple of days here, did a lot of work, like an incredible amount. And then you got on the plane and went to Thailand, and you've been going hard, you've been doing a lot, you're quite stressed. And to get that, I think it was a voice message or something from you just saying how happy and relaxed you were, was just so awesome. Like, getting out of an environment that you knew and routines and going somewhere new, and all that falls away. And it's just you focusing on this new area, new experiences, new sights, new sounds, new food, and how that just changed your mental state. I was just so happy to receive that message from you, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. It's been the best change I've made to come over here. Like, it's something about being in a new environment, traveling, freedom is a big value of mine. Like, just being able to go and do what I want on my own time. It's really been a game changer for now getting back in work as well. And even like getting on a scooter, man, driving around.
You sent me that. So Ben's been in Thailand for 15 minutes and he drops a video in the chat and it's him on a scooter. He's like, and he like flips the camera around and there's just like scooters everywhere. The busiest intersection you've ever seen. I'm like, he gonna die. Tell him about your scooter lesson, mate.
So yeah, went to get a scooter, $10 a day to drive a scooter. I've never driven a scooter before, let alone in the middle of Phuket where it's just complete chaos. He gives me a driving lesson though, Berg, so it's all good. He sits on the scooter. He said, "This is go, this is brake. Off you go."
Yeah, smacks you on the bum. There you go. See you later.
I was like, "Wicked, mate." Start taking off. Literally nearly come off at the first. Like, I absolutely revved the shit out of it accidentally. Like, just did the old wobbles like across the road. I was like, right, take it easy, man. Didn't know where the indicators were. Like, I had to just figure it out and then just went straight in the heart of the Phuket town and just got involved, mate.
Mate, that actually frightened me. My heart went, oh, like when you were on that. Because first of all, I've been in the car with you while you're driving. Ben's driving. Not the best, mate. Not the best at all. Gets very distracted, gets into a chat, stares at you for a bit too long, runs over a few pedestrians. Like, honestly. And now he's on a scooter. I'm like, oh, Lord. Like, how's that Keyman insurance? I hope we up that a bit.
Well, I've got to Phuket. You've upped the Keyman insurance. But honestly, like, I think, like, my... I'm not sure at what scale I've got ADHD, but this is, like, really really awesome for it because I'm like, you mentioned it, I'm so stimulated. There's so much going on, and like I'm just wide in. But honestly, man, driving on a scooter here in Phuket, like you have to be tapped in, man. And you just got to go. Like no one's gonna wait for you, but they will swerve around you. You just got to drive with confidence and just get after it. If you drive like a bit of a weak mind, like sort of scared, you're gonna fucking die. You need to like just get after it.
It's all about confidence, right?
Yeah.
Like it's about signaling to other people, I'm going here, and then if you make that decision and you commit, then great. They'll see that, and then they'll make their decision. The moment you flounder, it's like that thing where you two people walking and you meet and you do that weird little dance.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I'm just going this way. If you crash into me, so be it. I'm gone.
Yeah. So anyway, did that for the weekend, and then I've been working, man. So I'm staying at a place in Old Phuket town where it's a co-working, co-living space with a bunch of other remote workers, solo entrepreneurs, hustlers, and honestly, dude, it is a game changer. One of the things that elite athletes do, marathon runners, they go to Kenya and they go on these running camps where you're around other elite running people. And you go for runs early in the morning, you're all together and you have that group mentality, you're all working together and you're inspired and motivated by each other, and that's how you push yourself to get better. I'm not saying this is like marathon runners or elite Olympians here, but this is like working with other remote workers that have to earn a wage to keep their spot to be able to live remotely. Everyone's working. The co-working space downstairs is packed from 7 a.m. to midnight every day. Everyone's hustling. I get in there at like 7:30, 8 after gym meditation, in there to like 8, 8:30, and that place is moving. Like it is just, everyone's just hustling. Like there's developers, there's designers, there's business owners, there's copywriters, there's mobile app designers, and everyone's just going at it, mate. And you're looking to your right, looking to your left, and you're like, it's like 8:30, haven't eaten. You're wide, like, I can't leave. Everyone else is fucking smashing. So you just stay like another hour, just smash out more work, man.
How good is it, like, when you surround yourself with people like that? Even speaking of camps, like when I used to train in Krav Maga, tactical self-defense, guys used to go to Israel for a week or two, go and train over there in those camps, and they come back different humans. Like they would just level up so much. Like being around those people, eating, sleeping, and then doing the things that they do and pushing yourself so hard to their level, man, you just escalate.
You do. I've found that being surrounded by other people that are actually just, because there's a difference between working at home on your own. You've got to self-motivate yourself, right? You've got to be pushing to the level that you want to, but you can finish any time. You can go for a walk, you do whatever. Here, man, you're looking like, and I'm competitive. I'm like, I can fucking leave. This guy, he's been here longer than me. Look at his fucking code. Like, fuck, what's the next thing I do? And just crushing like email sequences, marketing strategy calls, like website design, product development, getting in the analytics. I'm just like, fuck, okay, I will just keep doing my to-do list. And honestly, really have been so productive and efficient and smashing through so much work because I'm working longer hours, but also being more productive because I'm being competitive. The guy to my right is Russian, doesn't even speak English. I'm like, I'm going to beat this guy. I've got to work harder than this guy. I can't support him.
Yeah, so good. Can't understand you, but I'm going to beat you and I'm going to win.
in a competition that you're not involved in and don't know about.
Do you think it's also that you don't have all the distractions you would have, let's say, in Tassie or Melbourne or somewhere? You got your family, you got your friends, you got commitments and other stuff. It's like literally I can just focus on me. And when I've had enough, I can go outside 5 steps. I'm by the beach. I can have a beer. I can relax, and I can come back.
Dude, 100%. This is a business boot camp, but without like people telling you what to do. I get up at 5:30, 6 a.m. I meditate, journal. I go to the gym for an hour. By 7:30, I get a quick breakfast upstairs. Eggs, coffee, $9. Bang, done. Go downstairs, co-working space. Work from like 8:30. I usually go for a drive or just get out, go for a walk at lunchtime, right through to like 8:30, or when I'm literally so tired or I start to be unproductive, 8:30, get dinner, go upstairs, come down, watch an episode of Netflix. Man, I'm crashed out by 9:30. I'm so cooked. Like I can't even open my eyes 9:30. Sleep for 8 hours, get up, do the same thing again. No distractions, nothing else, no bullshit, grinding day after day after. That's what this last week's been.
That's amazing, man. And how much does this place cost you? So you live upstairs.
Yep.
There's a bunch of people that are there, and downstairs you got your co-working space, and it sounds like there's like a rooftop kind of thing going on as well. How much does this cost you per month, mate?
This setup is unbelievable. 900 Australian dollars a month for
Incredible.
a 1-bedroom apartment that has a lounge room, kitchen, bathroom, aircon.
Oh, it's an apartment. Wow.
It's like, I would call this apartment, like, it's not a hotel room. You know, it's decent. Yeah, it's got a lounge room. $900 a month, includes everything. Got a rooftop restaurant, rooftop pool, gym, co-working space, and a mobile app that you can call in. It's like a hotel. You can call in to clean the room for like $10-15. Room service if you want it.
It's like they've literally honed down to, we're targeting Bens. This is what Bens want. We will attract them. Yep. It's literally, you can outsource everything in your life and just focus on your business and work. You want food's there, great. Gym's there, pool's there. You got your TV, you got your own little space, and you got a co-working space.
Everything you need. And then you got a scooter, you can go for a drive. It's like 8 minutes to the heart of old Phuket town, where they've got a bunch of awesome restaurants. I've eaten some amazing food. It's so cheap. Like, you can go to a pub, like whatever you want. It's really good. I'm trying to think of the cons. The downside, what are the downsides? I mean, even Wi-Fi is good. Like, there's not that many downsides. The chicken burgers aren't great. That's a downside. The Thai food's amazing. Like, I'm trying to avoid the Westerners food, because it's like, you don't come to Phuket to eat Western food. Like, you come to Phuket to eat Thailand food.
You got attacked by chili yet, mate? Have you asked for something? You're like,
oh, mate, what did I have? I had noodles the other day with some prawns, and they had like this chili on the side, mate, just sort of chili powder. I was like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna have that. Had a mouthful, like third or fourth mouthful in, and they must have like just dropped a bit. Oh, God. Took a mouthful of this noodles, man. Absolutely like hit me for six. My eyes were like watering. I was like, fuck, I had to order another like iced coffee. I had to like smack to get some more milk in me. Like, this thing it was hot.
Yeah, they don't muck around, mate.
Nah, they do not muck around. But anyway, so that's the working side. And then, in terms of being on your own, for all those single, listeners out there that maybe want to just get after it and go traveling, like, the alone time you get to have your own thoughts and just do your own stuff. Like, I'm not in that. So the heart of Thailand, heart of Phuket is Patong. I went to Patong the other weekend. That place is fucking crazy. Like, it is wild. A lot more Aussies over there. I haven't met a lot of Aussies here, honestly. But like, I went to a sports bar the other day. I was just sitting on the remote on my own having a beer, and there was this old British guy next to me. He was there on his own, and I was like, mate, you want to play 8-ball? He's like, fuck yeah, let's play 8-ball. And then we played 8-ball. We played, like, his name was Kevin. He's like a 60-year-old guy that moved here 16 years ago. And dude, this guy has the wildest story. So 16 years ago, he moved from London. Sorry, 16 years ago, he was living in London with 10 of his mates. 7 of them were married, right? They come over to Phuket on a golf trip. All the lads, hustling over to Phuket. And they've been to Phuket before, 40, 45 years old, 10 of them. Come over to Phuket, stay in Patong, have the wildest week, he said. He said, shit, you wouldn't even want to know, mate, went on this week. Playing golf, beers, Patong, you could just imagine, right? They had such a good time that they all went back to London. 7 of them got rid of their wives, divorced their wives. They all moved to Patong. So they went home, said, we're done. We're having a shit life here. Fuck this weather. Fuck you, wife. We're not having fun here. This is miserable. I'm going to Patong. I'm going to Phuket. They all moved over here, and they all still live here. To this day, he's been here for 16 years, married a new wife, lives in a condo that he paid £16,000 for, that he owns, and lives by the beach in Phuket, man. What a story.
What an absolute bunch of loose units, mate. That is like, it's like a version of The Hangover or something, where they just go back and change their lives, but they all stuck to it. That's incredible. And dude,
this guy's like, and that's just what I love about traveling, man. And guess what? I'll probably never see Kevin again. He's a fucking dead set legend. Had a couple of beers with him, played 3 games of 8-ball, shared some stories. See you later, mate. Have a good life. Like, that's the best thing about it, man.
Unbelievable, man. Traveling. So good.
So yeah, I think that's basically like the big stuff around.
Hang on. You got one thing on the list I want to ask you about. What's massage chair? Tell us about that.
Oh, dude, the massage chair. So this is in the taxi or the car that picked me up from the airport to the hotel I was staying at the first few days. This thing was like a minibus with 4 seats in there that were like recliner, like the shit you'd have in your lounge room, recliner chairs. He had drinks in there waiting for me that had that massage you in the fucking car, man, to the hotel.
Unbelievable.
Like, I reclined all the way back and just had the massage on for like an hour. Dude, this was the best like taxi ride ever.
That's incredible. What a transfer. Amazing.
Yeah, man. So if you're keen to, come over to Phuket, I definitely recommend Old Phuket Town. If you're wanting to stay where I'm staying, this place is called Homa, HOMA, $900 a month. It's an awesome place for remote work. You got the co-working space. I will admit there's not a lot of co-working spaces here in Phuket. There might be more over Patong. It's more down Bangkok, I think, is where you get better co-working spaces. But this one seems, pretty good so far. It's super cheap, and it's just good to get away. And the weather right now is, super nice. Mid-30s every day. It's hot. I'm going to play golf this afternoon, Bergs. I'll let you know.
Lovely.
18 holes, mate. Yeah, super keen. So, cracking place. Having so much fun. Get over to Phuket if you want to get away and work remote.
Mate, that's amazing. I'm so glad you did that. And you're there for another 3 or so weeks. We'll definitely have some more stories. And I'm just glad that you're happy, mate. Sounds like a really good move.
Yeah, dude. Super cracking. Righto. You got a update, mate, on your dunking. So,
yeah, man.
For new listeners on our personal, so we do 3 episodes a week, on our personal growth episode, this is where you get a bit of an insight on what we're up to, what we're doing week to week. I have a story, Bergs have a story, and we also give you some updates on we're trying to, improve ourselves. So Bergs is working on trying to dunk a basketball, and I'm working on getting my mobile phone sort of usage down whilst also boosting my social media content. So Bergs, dunking. How you
Mate,
going?
so I can actually now touch the ring consistently, like all the time, right? So I'm very happy with that. And my training's going really well. Still lifting, doing plyo. I actually had dinner with a buddy of mine, and he's a physio, and he's like, great, these are the things you need to do. So he's like, obviously drop some weight. So I've been riding, but he's like, nah, you need to go a bit harder, and you need to ride twice the amount that you're doing, and also do some sprints. And he's like, you need to get a jump coach. And then, so I'm going to get a jump coach. This is happening, right? Absolutely getting one. And I think this is definitely going to happen. I'm going to just keep going until I get there. I'm going to train like a mad dog. And look, I'm sore quite a lot of the time from training, and I'm tired a lot, but man, my body just feels so well put together. And there were 2 examples of this. One was when last Friday, I've been sitting down a lot during the week. We had a lot of work on, and I'm like, oh, look, F this. Grab the family. I'm like, we're going to the beach. It was like 4:30 on a Friday. Went out to Fremantle. Had some food, had some ice cream. Then we go across the park for a play so the little one can play. And in Fremantle, next to the Ferris wheel, they've got like this 6 meter tall structure. And it's just all these interconnected ropes, and it's like really deep at the bottom, and then it goes up to the top, and there's a slide. And I remember maybe 6 months ago, trying to climb on this thing, and I was so unsteady and unsure, and everything hurt. And this now, it's like literally it starts at waist height. I just lift my leg up, it just goes on, and I'm like, that's weird. Just pull myself up, and I just feel like I can feel every muscle just in my body, right? And everything is just so well put together. I'm standing there without even holding on, just like a monkey to the top. And I'm like, holy shit. This is like a completely different experience. Like all the training that I've been doing just consistently, just adding and adding and adding. And now I just feel like my body isn't broken or sore. It's just so well put together. And that was so eye-opening for me. Marissa looked at me and she was like, holy shit. Like that's unbelievable. She's like taking photos of us. Like it was just incredible.
That's awesome, man.
And the other moment was when you and I went out with a couple of the lads, and we played some golf while we were in Perth. And I've played golf a total of 2 times in my life. Last time was probably 10 years ago. And just from, lifting, doing plyo, and getting on the bike, I actually hit some pretty decent shots, man.
You hit some good shots, man. You did hit some good shots. You were... We did the opposite. I was sort of good at the start and turned to shit, and you were sort of a bit scratchy at the start and then turned real good by the end.
I remember we had one of the lads with us, and I hit this shot, and he just turns around and goes, what the fuck? He just looked at me like, you what, mate? It was incredible. I expected to have one good shot the whole time, and I had quite a few. And that was just a really eye-opening moment. And so not only, I do have this goal of dunking. My goals are to... just to sleep better, feel put together, not be sore, and not have back pain is essentially. I've achieved all of those, but I want to wrap it up into that big, hairy, audacious goal into dunking. So, yep, going to up the training and get a dunk coach, mate.
Nice work, dude. I'm really happy for you. Yeah, I'm very keen to see when you can dunk.
I just want that video, mate. Could you imagine a video of me, this like fat bastard just gets up and dunks a basketball? You'd be like, what? That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Oh, mate, it's going to be incredible. I can't wait.
So my accountability updates, so I've been working on reducing my phone time. So I think everyone can relate to this in some way, shape or form. You know, using phone time, you just get stuck into it. And I was, just hooked too much. So I downloaded this app called Opal, which is helping me reduce my phone time. And Bergs, from this time last month, I was averaging 7 hours a day on my phone. I'm now averaging 2 hours and 50 minutes.
7 hours is close to 50% of your waking hours.
I've saved 4 hours and 6 minutes per day off my phone and in more productive things. So I'm super chuffed with that. I'm over the moon. I'm feeling really efficient. I'm feeling so productive. I really feel as though like I'm doing deep work. I'm not just doing shallow work. Like I'm crunching out proper strategy, like deep product stuff, deep, thinking items that I, and consistently that I haven't been able to do in the past. So yeah, I'm over the moon, man. I feel as though I'm really like getting some momentum.
That's incredible. Well done, mate. Like that's a hard thing to do. And especially while you're doing all your social media stuff. And you were even telling me like that app tells you how many years you save off your life. And it was like 10 years you've saved that would have been staring at your phone. You've now got that back to spend living your life.
Yeah, dude. It's wild. Super wild. And social media is going good. The only thing I've lacked the last week is we've started doing these free crypto strategy calls. So, there's been a lot of those. Is I sort of dropped the ball a little bit on Twitter. LinkedIn's been going good. Still been posting 5 times a week on there, but Twitter I've dropped the ball. I've been doing threads. These like 10 to 15 tweet threads. I did 3 last week, but I want to get those to 5 a week, plus tweets on top. So after the pod today, I'm going to be crushing those out for the next week.
That's awesome. I liked your shiny object one, mate. That was actually really good. Yeah, that was cracking.
Awesome. Righto, middle of the week.
All right, let's kick this off. So this is my meal of the week, mate. This was absolutely incredible. So just while it loads here, this was when we went out to Fremantle on the Friday, and this was a pizza, and it was just insane. So it's a mushroom pizza, wood-fired pizza, beautiful thick crust, nice and burnt, and you've got all different types of mushrooms like, enoki, button, those little, whatever, the oyster mushrooms. You've got some nice fresh chives over the top. You've got mozzarella, and then they coated it with truffle oil, mate. This was just the most decadent thing. Friday night pizza and a beer, absolutely incredible, man. This is a 10 out of 10. This was at Little Creatures. I could not wish for more in this pizza. And even though there's so much cheese and mushroom and truffle oil, didn't feel sick afterwards, didn't feel too greasy. It was just perfection, mate. I want to spend every Friday like that, going to Little Creatures, having a beer and having a pizza. That'll be the perfect life for me.
Dude, that looks epic.
Now, mate, what have we got here?
Cracking spot. Right, I've got 2 things because I couldn't choose. This was a traditional, I'm not sure, actually, I don't know if it's traditional. It was a Thai hot pot, basically. So barbecue, meat. I'm driving around on my scooter around Phuket, don't know where I am. And I went down this back street, just checking things out. And I'm driving past, and there's this little restaurant on the corner of this back road, and it's packed with a heap of locals. And I'm like, I found it. This is a place to go to. Pull in, don't even know what they do. Walked in, I'm just seeing these.
It's the busiest place, just roll up.
This busy place, roll up. Seeing everyone cook their meats on this hot stove. They come out to your table and oh mate, this is epic. Roll up, see the menu, get this just the biggest meat package you could get. You got Wagyu beef, got bacon, pork, chicken, prawns, vegetables, and they bring out with a bit of butter, a hot stove, a hot barbecue. Cook this thing up, man. It was so good. And for a drink, I wanted a Coke, and they either had a small or a large Coke, and I was thinking it's like a can or one of the 500ml bottles, or it's a glass, something like that. I'm like, yeah, I want a large Coke. He's like, you sure we want a large? I'm like, yeah, I'll grab a large. Dude, he brings out a 1.25 litre Coke bottle. So good. Puts it on my table. He's like, here you go, mate. I was like, oh, yep, that's what you mean by large. No worries. But anyway, dude, this was this is 10 out of 10, man. Cracking.
Cooking it in butter, amazing.
Oh man, it was so nice. And last but not least, I've never had one of these burgers. This was steamed fish, Now, I'm not entirely sure what sort of fish it was. I just ordered it. It's like, this looked wicked. Never had a full fish before. Literally full bunger, mate. Proper fish, head still on it, tail on it, bang. Bring it out with a nice bit of rice. And this thing just like melts off the bone, mate. You put your fork in this and the sort of fish flesh just like, just oozes off, mate.
Oh,
in the mouth, bit of lemon juice on top. So fresh. Cracking, mate. Like, no bullshit. Straight fish, rice, bang. 10 out of 10 as well, man.
that looks incredible, man. You can just tell,
Yeah.
like, when you flake it off and it's just steamed and it's just cooked enough in the middle and just, incredible.
Juicy.
I'm very envious. You send me a lot of photos of your food and, mate, it just looks incredible over there. I'm
man.
flying out, mate. I'm flying out tomorrow.
Rightio, meal of the week. Meme of the week.
Meme of the week, mate. All right. So did you hear about this balloon that they shot down, mate?
Yeah, I did, mate.
So this is the photo. This is a picture of Tom Cruise, right? Original Top Gun. And he's like, yeah, when he gets out of his plane, everyone's cheering. And the caption is, when you shoot down a $12 balloon with a $400,000 missile.
It's so good.
America. So good. So good. And then there's another photo, and it's a guy in a hospital bed. And he's just covered in bandages. His arms are bandaged up. His face is bare. His whole head, everything. And he's saying, anyway, there I was at 40,000 feet, my own private balloon, not bothering anyone. And the poor bugger just got shot out of the sky. And final meme of the week, there's this cute little like cartoon guy, and it's a programmer, and he's like, I'm a creative, irreplaceable worker. And then you got this big guy who's just made out of clay. He's just like yoked and he's laughing, big muscles going, ha ha ha. And the caption is, he's Chat GPT. And then the next one, you got another bro that comes next to Chat GPT and his name's Massive Layoffs. And then the next one, you've just got these two guys, Massive Layoffs and Chat GPT, just pummeling the poor programmer, beating the crap out of him. And it was so good because it's just a huge reflection of how technology is shifting, how people think they're in a certain position, but they're not, and they get absolutely beaten over the head by technology, by layoffs. And this was just a reflection of where things are at, where the market is at, where technology is at. And I just had the biggest chuckle over this one. Absolutely cracked me up, mate. Those are the memes of the week.
Good memes this week, man. Good memes. Okay, finally, moment of the week. My moment of the week this week was I was in Phuket. I got out of my scooter. I was going to get some lunch and nearly got absolutely cleaned up. Proper hospital or straight in the ground. I would have been dead for sure. This guy, Russian guy, driving a massive ass Pajero, like comes off the road onto the path about 30-40 kilometers an hour, and I'm probably like less than a meter away. I jump to the right. I don't get out of the way in time. He finally hits the brake and reverses back out. I'm shit scared because he would have literally killed me. He gets out of the car. He apologizes. He didn't know how to brake. He was pressing the wrong pedal.
Oh my God.
And come off the road onto the footpath nearly clean. And the restaurant owner was there. The Thai guy's like, man, I'm so sorry. Like, so many tourists die from people that don't know how to drive. And I was like, oh my God, thanks for telling me, man. So now I've just been like on like full edge since then.
Keep off the road.
Keep off the road. Well, that's the thing. I was on the footpath. Keep off everything. Yeah, dude. That was my moment of the week.
That is so crazy. I've been in a few Asian countries where that's happened. You just hear this huge like screech and a bang, and you're like, oh, they're not going to make it. Like someone gets hit on a scooter or something. It's crazy, man. Absolutely crazy.
What do you got?
My moment of the week was my dinner last night. So we've had a big few weeks. I was absolutely cooked. I was thinking about cancelling dinner because I was so tired. I'm like, no, you know what? I'm going to go out. And it was with a buddy of mine. I worked with him for like 16 years, an absolute champion. Went to the pub. Comes up, gives me a massive hug, and it's just like old times. We're talking about, what he's doing now, what I'm doing. He's like, oh, your pod's awesome. You're a rock star. Remember when we did this? And like, man, the beers are amazing. I had a paddle of all these beautiful beers. We had amazing food. It was incredible. And literally we just talked and we laughed, and it was just feeds your soul. And we started at 6:30, and the first time I went to look at my watch, it was 10 past 10 at night.
Yeah,
that's how quickly things went, and we were just yakking away, and it was the best time. And man, my soul was just full. I was just so happy at the end of it. It was incredible, and that was my moment of the week. Shout out to Dale, mate. You're a legend.
That's the best conversations, man. When you can sit down with someone over dinner, over drink, whatever, and you're just at the same level. You can go deep about the topics you want to talk about. It's so fulfilling, and it really gives you energy, not saps energy. get more of that in you, Bergs. That's fucking great stuff.
Biggest battery charger, talking about like the things we used to do, where we're at now, what we're achieving, how, and like we're helping each other out. It was incredible, man. It was awesome.
Yeah, that's top class. Rightio, let's wrap it up there for our personal growth episode. If you like these episodes, we'd love for you to give us some feedback. You can tweet at us at BenSimpsonAU or at BabybackBerg on Twitter. We'd love for you to leave a review or share it with a friend if you like these episodes. Please share it around. It definitely does help us. And if you're wanting to get started in crypto, we have an amazing product for you, completely complimentary. You can actually book a one-on-one crypto strategy call. So if you're wanting to upgrade your portfolio, you have some questions, you're not sleeping well at night, you may not have the right security, not sure if you're set up for success, the bull run's imminent, you can book a free crypto strategy call over at collectiveshift.io. Just head to the member page and you can book a free one-on-one call there. And the feedback's been cracking, Bergs. People are loving these, so get over there and book one today.
Yeah, it's absolutely free. You can learn so much in a short period of time. All the stuff we see with our customers. Just get on it, get good, sleep well at night.
Exactly right. And that link is in the show notes if you want to head over there. Apart from that, we'll leave it there and we'll see you on the next episode.
Catch you, champions.